they're really just not your friends. This is just a means to an end, you know?
I've been grooming 30 years and I'm fussy.
YouTube is money, Instagram is money, being monetized and all that stuff, and being a brand ambassador. It's all about money at the end of the day. And
you are more unhinged than I could have ever imagined.
Well, I've planned these since I was a teenager. Isn't that normal? Like
No, that is not normal.
And it's all about dopamine hits, and it's all about self-worth. But you have to make sure at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, grooming dogs or cutting hair or being a teacher or walking dogs or whatever you're doing, you have to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, there is some girth and oh my God, I can't. You guys, I'm trying to be PG. But
you're not trying nothing. You're pushing it every time.
Oh, hey. Welcome to the podcast. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. Wait. Okay, my voice wasn't turned up all the way. I think I can hear myself now. Oh my God, welcome back to the podcast. I know, makeup slay. I really boots the house down with this one. I was in my is it June yet mood. I wanted to go very rainbowy. Except for the only color I left out was green, now that I'm looking at it. No, there's a little green in there. No, I got a little green. Okay, we're good. Hey, hello, and welcome back to the podcast. This is Jay Unleashed, Call Your Mother. I don't know exactly when Jane's going to hop in here, but you know, oh my God, is that her? Did I see her hop in? Jane, do you want to hop on already? I know it's a little early. We're a little early, but sometimes you gotta be, you know? Like, when you look this good, how can you not be early?
Jay.
Yes?
Your makeup.
Thank you. I know. I had so much fun with it. Are you talking about the freckles?
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
Jay, that is like the most wonderful look ever.
I was inspired. I don't know if you've ever seen the Taylor Swift Lover album, but I was inspired by that. It's very blues and pinks and purples. And then I wanted to finish.
Where did the palette come from?
Oh, so it's all Trixie Cosmetics. All different palettes, wow. Of course.
Well,
it was her last June's collab. She did a Teletubbies collab. And
my God, Jay.
So the red and purples, and then I got blue from her. She had a weed palette once for all the stoners out there. And
okay.
Look at I don't know why it's like there's like marijuana on it. I don't know, but the colors are fierce, and that's what I use, like the pink and the blue.
No, I was like, wait a minute, Jay's on here already. Let me head over, and your face popped up, and I almost couldn't say I'm here because I was taking it in.
I know. I really haven't done a full glam moment in a while, and I think I need to bring it back.
That is the most gorgeousness ever.
Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, I really was inspired by seeing all the abstract grooming and stuff at Groomed Atlanta, and I'm in my artistic-y mode now.
Now, on the inner corner, is that eyeliner that dips into the inner corner as well?
Yes.
Or is that just Yeah,
it's eyeliner. So this is Trixie Cosmetics. She has this gel eyeliner, and so it comes in a little pot, and she also has really precise eyeliner brushes, and right here. And so this is the set, and you can just carve out any design with this brush. And I really like using a gel eyeliner when I'm doing detail work. It's easier than a pen for me.
Oh my, Trixie, where are you? You're missing out.
I know. I'm always repping the brand. They've never once given me one free thing. I bought it all, but I love the brand, and I'll keep supporting them.
And you know what I love about you wearing this is the majority of people will never be able to do drag makeup, right? They're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe we could do that. Maybe. It'd be hard, but you're kind of a bridge in between like a real hard drag look and like normal people.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, because that's kind of where I learned to do makeup was from drag queens and stuff online. And then so I've kind of slowly, morphed into that more. So it's not like as dramatic where you have to like paint down the brows and completely restructure.
Right.
But adding that dramatic pop. It's so
like
fun.
You could go anywhere with that on right now.
Yeah, like to the bank. Like I'm just my everyday
to
look.
The bank,
to a funeral. You know, like I just.
Who goes to the bank anymore? Ain't nobody got money to go to the bank.
I don't know. I always joke when I do a full glam look. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go do errands. Like
the dollar store. I mean, I don't know.
Family Dollar.
I don't know. So, shall we just go right into everything that we need to talk about as far as a funeral? Could you imagine going to a funeral? Did you just say funeral?
Yes.
My delayed absorption of that. Oh my God. Well, I mean, why not? Some people want to celebrate. So we'll just celebrate like this at the funeral parlor.
Yeah, this is what I would want at my funeral. I've already planned out my funeral, and I have two options of how I want it to go down. I want to, you better show up in funeral full bright glam fierce, yes, to my funeral Shreki, hey. I either want one, like, because I have a savings account that I want to slowly build, and then when I die, like, have a lawyer, like, send the money to, like, a random like celebrity B-lister that people don't know just to show up to my funeral, and then everyone there will be like, wait, he knew him? Like that's one goal I want for my funeral. Or another, I want my body halfway through to be like extended down, kind of like in sync, like they're like Muppet like commercial, and just for like gags, you know, because like people are gonna be like sad and it's gonna be boring, and they're gonna like, and then like we just need to like waken people up. And
you are more unhinged than I could have ever imagined.
Well, I've planned these since I was a teenager. Isn't that normal? Like
no, that is not normal.
Okay. Well, a lot of people plan their weddings and stuff, and I want it to be fun for the people who I leave behind.
Okay.
But now,
wow. I mean, I was just going to say, you're not part of the Addams family, though, however,
I wish.
That would be appropriate for them.
Yeah.
Jilly Mooch is in the house, but let's talk before we invite her. So, like, I exclusively use both Foxy Roxy and Groom Loop, and there's a reason. I've been grooming 30 years, and I'm fussy about what I use.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to go broke. So these things are all affordable, and they're backed up by their company. Yes. Look how cute that is.
So use Jane 10 for 10% off the Easter Peeps Groom Loop at groomloop.com.
Hello, Kayla.
And I love that because they're just, I love this. I've never gone back since you introduced me to them because I know how they just don't get as like smelly and dirty and stuff because of the fabric. It's not like that normal fabric. It's like plasticky.
And you know, Jay, I have quite a few like old dinosaur loops that I have that were like fabric, and they're frayed, and I can't adjust it anymore because the fray has interrupted the clip. Yeah. That's not going to be the problem with Groom Loop. And if you want to individualize a Groom Loop, Nancy Sargent will do it. She will do it. But I want to ask you something, Jay, before we get into this. Yes. Thank you, Kayla. That dryer thing that you posted today.
Oh, yeah, the slick air.
Fill me in a little bit. Like, what is the point of it?
So to me, it's kind of like it's combining like the brush and like the Pet dryer that goes around your neck. It's kind of like combined to one. So like and it like it's, I am getting used to using it. I think it's going to be really good for like, really fluff drying like Asian fusion-y heads and like legs and like flare legs and stuff. I think because I saw like people using it kind of like line brushing with it, and It's but it just I think it's taking me a little bit to get used to it because I'm just not used to having like a brush dryer combined. But as I'm slowly using it more, I've been using it for like faces and for just just a finished fluff dry to just add that extra oomph.
So is it clunky? Is it light? Like, I feel like it may be top heavy, but I haven't put it in my hands. So that's why I'm going to you to ask.
Yeah, I mean, there is some girth and and oh my God, I can't. You guys, I'm trying to be PG. But
you're not trying nothing. You're pushing it every time.
I know. So yes, it's not that heavy though. Like it does like feel at first like bulky and then but you like I don't know, I'm getting used to it. It's like a new technology where like at first I was like, oh, I don't know, but the more I'm using it, I really like to add that extra like oomph of a fluff. I want to bring it to the Virginia show.
Please do, because I have 3 poodles that I'll be prepping. Grooming with Katie K. I just found out from Jay that the neck dryer tightens.
Yes.
I didn't know that. It was free flinging around my neck. It was giving me a neck ache. And Jay was like, Jane, you dum-dum, tighten it. So it will tighten. And somebody else, Lynn, said, love Groom Loop and got an 18-tooth chunker from Foxy Roxy. Lynn, I really hope you used our discounts because we're not introducing those discounts for ourselves.
I know, we're heroes.
We're trying to get you guys some money in your pockets. So don't be silly. Use the discounts. So guys, tonight's guest is Jilly Mooch, as we all know. Her real name is Moocheroni. And Jilly, at the prime of her life and career, walked away, sold everything, and said, I'm going to start a new life. I don't know about you guys, but like I am dying to hear about all of this. So Jay, let's get her on here.
Yes.
Jilly.
Oh. Yes. Hi.
Hey, it's been a while since I've done this.
Well, Jilly, meet Jay. Jay, meet Jilly. And how are you, first of all?
Girl, I am great. I am fantastic.
Okay,
awesome.
Let's backtrack, which I love to do.
Always.
So, like, before you were a dog groomer and a creative one also, you wore many, many hats. You were an English teacher, you were a singer, you were a hooker on the streets.
I love that.
I thought this was PG.
Same.
You bringing that up now?
Yeah, you can't bring that up, Jay. I mean, you can. This is Jay Unleashed After Hour.
So bring us back. What were you doing before you get this like brainstorm of I think I'm gonna groom my dog?
Wait, what?
How'd you get into grooming?
Bring us back. What were you doing? And then suddenly you were like, I think I gotta groom a dog now.
I rescued a German Shepherd. I've always had dogs, always loved dogs, like all of us. But I rescued, I wanted a Shepherd. And long story short, there was a 7-month-old Shepherd. They were looking to rehome. One of my friends on Facebook, everybody knew I was looking. And then all of a sudden this dog came on. And so I had 2 kids. I wanted to make sure the dog, was going to be a good fit for the house. And my daughter had cats. So these people come over anyway and bring, she ended up being Ruby, my Shepherd, to the house. And long story short, they were trying to show me that they spoke Spanish and they were trying to show me how the dog like knew all her commands in Spanish. And this man kept doing it over and over and over again. And he kept getting more frustrated when the dog wouldn't do it. And then he just reached back and he like whacked this dog in front of me. And of course, it all went to hell then. And I kicked him out of the house and I kept the dog. And long story short, like she needed some really intense socialization and she just needed a complete reset. And, thankfully I had the tools to do that. But I took her to give her a bath, and there were these do-it-yourself dog washes at like Pet Sense or whatever that used to be.
Yeah.
And it was disgusting. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. And I'd had dogs, but I never thought about dog grooming. I always took care of my own dogs. I never had dogs that really needed, much grooming, just de-shedding and stuff. But it was just disgusting. And I swear, like, how those LED lights, like you see them running on the walls of like bars and stuff with messages. And I saw this like message go right across my head that said, I can do better than this. And so I just started looking into do-it-yourself dog washes. I was like, that's amazing. I can sit there and people can come and wash their dogs and I'll make money, and I have a pet shop, and I was making her raw dog food. And so I was really up on the nutrition. I was making all her food. So I decided to open up, and her treats, I was going to open up a pet store with do-it-yourself dog wash and a line of raw dog food and treats. So I was doing all that, and then people just don't want to wash their own dogs.
Yeah.
So to avoid going out of business, I had to start. And then
people are asking for groomings and stuff. Yeah.
Holy crap.
God, what did I get you got to keep the business going. And, I'm making like 600, 700 pounds of raw dog food a month. That's going really great. And then these dog washes, it's like free money because they use the space and you clean it up. And I just had to start doing it myself. And then, it just kind of grew from there. And my daughter said at one point, well, you should just go on Instagram. So I did. And the next thing you know, I'm an influencer. And then I was just teaching everybody as I was learning. And it really just kind of caught on because I'm a teacher by nature anyways. So it just kind of caught on, and then it grew from there pretty much.
Yeah. Because at some point you take a ride down south, and not only did you have your German Shepherd, but you go down, isn't it? You went down south and got your poodle from like a backyard breeder, or am I wrong?
No, I started when I started grooming. I'm not kidding. Like it's really embarrassing and shameful. It talks about, I'm not trying to get into like the ins and outs of the industry and how there's no, rules or guidelines or licensing required. But seriously, the first time I groomed a dog, I used the clippers that I used to shave my kid's head with and a pair of kitchen shears.
Wow.
And I had studied for 2 weeks on how to do it. And I had some basic understanding of it, and thankfully I was just naturally good at it, kind of, because I'm a creative person too. And, it's very creative.
Yeah.
I just loved it. I fell in love with it. So then it was just learning as much as I could, and everything I learned, I taught. But then I went to Hershey, my first Hershey, and that changed everything because I saw the creative girls.
Oh yeah.
And I was just hooked. So then it was time to get a poodle. She's come see. You say hi. There's Spoo. She's gonna be 9. But of the OGs in the creative world, Leslie Waldrop, all the girls knew that I was for a poodle. They didn't want to eat right away. So I was just looking for a full-grown dog. And Leslie Waldrop's breeder, they had these people had one of their dogs, and they were moving and they were giving away all their dogs. So I met them, and she was in awful shape when I got her. She was like, right now she's about 40 pounds. She was about 10 pounds lighter, maybe 15. She was so skinny, it was disgusting. And I got out of the car, and they just literally like handed me the leash and were turning to go, like, without saying anything. And she's freaking out, like, where are my people going? And it was just, it was heartbreaking. She has the worst coat ever, but I just couldn't let her go. And so I got the poodle and started competing and won the first time I competed. But then we got stuck with COVID and all that stuff. So it's been a crazy ride. But, I'm the kind of person that when I invest in something, I go all in, and I'm going to do it right, or I'm not going to do it at all, and I'm going to be the best at what I do, or what's the point really? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of groomers, like, or successful ones and stuff, like, that's what kind of they had to do. Everyone just kind of dived into it. And, like, you are right. It is scary that, like, because I remember when I opened my grooming salon, I mean, I had been grooming for years, but I was like, so what do I need to open? Like, what licenses are in Maine? Was just like, nothing. You can just open it up. I was like, whoa. Like, so you are right. Like, that is scary. But at the same time, it sucks because then there's also positives to it where, like, someone like you can just kind of carve your own path and learn yourself. But it's just like, but then, yeah. So it's like, I don't know, like the answer really to that, because it's like, we don't want to be too like regulated, but then like there should be some, like, I don't know, like,
I know,
it's crazy.
Really it is. That's been like controversial. I haven't been in the loop for. I'm in South Carolina now. I moved, so it's been a little over a year, and I just completely have stepped back. So I have no idea what's happened in the world in the grooming industry in like the past year. I don't know what's happened in terms of like licensing and
Nothing.
that stuff.
No.
Nothing.
I've seen a couple, groom academies, like grooming schools open or something like that. Like there's one in Florida. I still get some of that stuff, but I'm really out of the loop, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that happened in the past year was just like I became really famous and everybody like likes me like no, I was kidding. No, just to catch you up.
Comment from that person, okie dokie. I got strung along with corporate promise and Paragon training before I paid for in-person training. I used to teach for Paragon.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
And what constitutes teaching for online? Do you have to give videos of what you're doing, or take us along that?
So Paragon, and I don't even know if she still owns it, but Melissa Verplank, who wrote the notes from the grooming table.
Yeah.
The Bible, the grooming Bible.
Yeah.
She, it's her school, and it was a brick and mortar school. And then they went online. I'm not sure if it was a result of COVID or not, but they went online, but they have a whole program, start to finish, like a bather brush course and then, first grooming, second grooming, and then like breed standard trims and things like that. And it was really well organized, and it was really well done when I was teaching there. Like, so they have videos that they watch and a lot of reading, tons of resources that they have. And then they have to be working in a salon where they have somebody who has agreed to be their mentor. So, you could be on your own, but you have to submit, front, left side, right side, rear pics, lots of guidelines. And you can really give some incredible feedback, even like on prep or using thinning shears versus straights. You can tell in a picture when someone's used a straight instead of a straight edge instead of like a thinning shear, for example. Yeah. And it's a pretty good program. But they demanded a lot of the teachers and really didn't pay enough for what was demanded of us. So
yeah.
So it's a pretty good route to go. But I just dove into Sue and Jay with super styling sessions. That's where I was a subscriber to them, and I learned almost everything from them.
Right.
Yeah.
And where did you get your creative training from?
From just Angela and Adrian, and I mean everybody ended up being Adrian. Adrian lives maybe 15 minutes from me now. Cool. And I just, you go into the shows. I met Alyssa, Kasiba, and all the other creative girls, and Angela and them. They were still competing when I started. So and Nicole was just starting. And Elena was in it, and Leslie Waldrop, and those were all the OGs. But everybody was really super kind and welcoming, and you just kind of soak up that information and you ask questions, and you find all these people online, and even on the OPAWS site they have tutorials. But I started making a ton of them. My YouTube channel, I'm not monetized anymore because I just let it go because I don't make content anymore, but there's still a ton of stuff on.
Yes. What is the name of your YouTube? Tell everybody, because it is really good.
Yeah, it is good. And I have those on my Insta still active, my TikTok, my YouTube. It's just all of it. All three of those are Jilly Mooch Grooms.
Okay.
My last name is 10 letters long, so it's just
Yeah.
Jilly, JILLY MOOCH Grooms.
Yes, and for anybody that wants to, like, even if you're not a creative groomer, but you just want to do like little bits and pieces on your grooms, Jill has made it very easy to absorb as far as giving you some pointers on creative grooming. It's there and it's really a great time.
Yeah.
But that is setting the stage for your history as a groomer, which really wasn't too long.
I think I was in it a total of 8 years total.
So for 8 years, you find yourself an ambassador for, I think, Andis, I think Utsumi, Opaz. So you were ambassadoring the living hell out of things. And you were on like a very rapid road to success,
100%.
which you were there anyway. But suddenly, me and you were talking on the phone, and you say, guess what? I'm selling all my shit, I'm quitting, and I'm moving. And I'm not grooming no more. Let's go. Tell me the day that you woke up and you were like, I'm done.
Honestly, just tired. Just when like the burnout is real, right? And I struggled with that in my first, everybody struggles with it, but in my first third and fourth year, I really struggled with pricing, with how to manage this and the whole business, and to be successful, and to go from, I had a steady career as a high school English teacher. I was really successful in that, and I retired early from that. That's a long story. But then the grooming, it's like physically, it's insane. And when you're not charging enough, then you're trying to fit in all these dogs so that you can make your overhead. And then it's not only the overhead of the shop you have to worry about. You have to worry about your own bills at your house when you own your own shop. You have to worry about your mortgage. You have to worry about feeding your kids. You have to worry about gas. There's so much. So you can't just meet your overhead and charge enough that the overhead for your business runs smoothly. You need to make a profit. You need to make a salary. You need to pay yourself. So what really ended up happening is the burnout got real, and I just decided, all right, I'm done being cheap. And so I moved my shop from it was in a lower income neighborhood, and I went to Bougieville. And I stopped doing a flat rate, for all grooms, and I started charging by the hour. And I really just sat down and said, how much do I need to make a year? I did the math. I got that all figured out for the shop and for my house and for my kids, and to pay for everything. And then how much do I want to make a year? So what I needed to make versus what I wanted to make. And I went with what I wanted to make. I broke all those numbers down backwards. How much do I need to charge an hour to do that? So I was charging $90 an hour when people were charging $90 for a groom. That's not even a groom, like $75 for a full large bottle, which is stupid. So I kind of got on this tangent where I'm like, and I've always been really honest and transparent to any of my followers or anybody that, I never just took sponsorships from brands because they would offer me something. It had to be something great, or I wasn't going to represent it. If they couldn't stand behind me, or if I couldn't stand behind the product, I wasn't going to stand in front of it. So Sumi, insanely amazing shears. Andis goes without saying. And they owned when something isn't right, they recall it, things like that. So that mattered. So I really started knowing that I had a platform, right? And I had a decent amount of followers, not like Gabe or nothing like that, but pretty good for the grooming industry.
Yeah.
And so I decided to write a book about how to run your own business and how to charge your worth, and how to filter out toxic clients and how you don't need to take them. You don't have to take any crap from anybody. You don't have to undercharge, you know, and if all of us in the industry did it,
Yeah.
then it would change everything. Because after COVID, man, they were willing to pay us anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were, and it would be like that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were somewhat disappointed
I was.
with the
Same,
acceptance
okay.
of your book.
No.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do. I actually got nominated for a Barkley Honors for my book.
Okay.
And
Cool.
yeah, it wasn't, it really was honestly that I just got tired. It's a hard ass job. And sorry, I don't know if I can swear. Sorry.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can.
it's fine. Yeah, I get that. And it's also too, like, a lot of people don't realize, even dog groomers, that like there's a lot of energy work happening when we're working with animals and when we're dealing with the pet parents and them projecting a lot onto us, and we take a lot on ourselves, like emotionally, with like people like blaming us for the dog like having to be shaved and like a bunch of stuff like that, where like, so over time that chips away, and you like not even just physically, but you are kind of like, you feel like almost beat up by the clients. You're like, why am I even doing, like, I like every groomer has days like that.
Jill, do you have your book there? Can you hold it up?
it's online. It's a digital book.
Okay.
I stopped. Yeah, I don't have a copy printed out, but it's an ebook. I made an ebook, and I still have it. If anybody wants it, I guess, I don't know. I stopped selling it when I left.
Oh, you stopped selling it? Everyone in the chat wants it.
You can't get it online. You can only get it through me. All right. I don't know if you want to, I don't know if I should type it in or not, but if anybody wants to look at it, they want the book. My email is just jillymooch@gmail.com.
Okay.
They can email me.
Jay, maybe you can make a notation of this for when you edit the podcast, because I know people will listen and they'll definitely, want to check this out. I just got my toy box series from Foxy Roxy. We've got a chunker, a thinner, a curve, and a straight. And if you use the code CALLYOURMOM20, you get 20% off. And guess what? You don't have to buy all four. If you see one that you like, 20% off. So remember, call your mom. That's call mom20 and get your 20% out.
Yeah.
It's
Jilly Mooch at Gmail.
it's a trap that, especially groomers that are starting out that are not trained. Okay. It's a trap that they fall into. And what is that trap? I want business at any cost. And I will undercut everybody on the block so that I get their dogs, even if I'm doing it at my own expense. It is a trap that a lot of people fall into. And you were trying to safeguard groomers from falling into that trap.
I have, in the book, there's a rock solid, ironclad business contract. I hire clients. Clients don't hire me to groom their dogs. I hire clients to groom their dogs.
That is smart. I like that mindset.
Yeah, I am in charge. I vetted every single client. It was, and if I didn't want to take them, if they weren't willing to commit to a schedule that was reasonable for their dog, then I wouldn't take them. If they brought in their dogs matted, I refused them. I would refuse them. I turned them away. If they didn't show up, I got credit cards on files for my clients, and they had to sign a credit card authorization form where if they were 15 minutes late and it screwed up my day, I still got paid 100% of the average time, because I was charging by the hour. Of the average time of their last 3 grooms, I would charge 100%. If they didn't show up, I still got paid every single time for every single dog, for every single minute of my time, because everyone is worth that. And we had a little group of groomers in my area, so everybody was kind of charging around in the same area.
Yeah.
so I just wrote this book, and like, you never have to lose money as a dog groomer. You just have to have the balls to know your worth and make sure that your clients know your worth, that your clients understand that you know your worth. And if they don't like it, go somewhere else. Because if they're not for you, then they can be for the streets. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like it literally is like, there's such a correlation I learned between being a teacher and, the teacher and the parents, you work together for the benefit of the child. And as a groomer, the groomer and the owner works together for the benefit of the dog. It's the exact same dynamic. So I was able to take everything that I learned as a teacher about the psychology of people and self-worth and everything that I had learned and apply it into that book.
Yeah. And that's such a good analogy too, because it's like, I bet that happens with teachers where parents put responsibility on the teacher that they don't want to deal with. Like, that kind of happens. Like, I'm assuming, I never really thought of that, but I'm sure parents are like, you can't just teach them. Like, no, that's something a parent does. Like, it's the same as like with dogs. And so, yes, it is all about what I've learned throughout my like career of grooming or whatever, or just in life. It really comes down to communication. Like, I remember, like, when I first started grooming, my famous line was, I'll do what I can do. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can save. I'll see what I can do. And now, like, and then just taking the dog, and then like they come back to a surprise or whatever. Now, like, I've learned to very clear communication with the client, and being, and like, I usually now just kind of give worst case scenario. I'm like, it's probably going to be shaved short. And then if I can save something, it's a good surprise to them. But like, I really try to not be like, I'm just going to like see what I can do. Because for one, that doesn't really give faith to the pet parent. They're like, well, you're just going to see what you can do. And second, there's no guess game. There's no shocking. It's just like, this is what's going to happen. But it takes a long time to be able to get to a point where you're not people pleasery, because I feel like a lot of dog groomers we're empathetic people in general. And that's kind of our go-to. And we're like, and it's almost like society has like conditioned us to be like, our job's like not that important, which I think it's like changing. I do think the industry is changing, and you might have like been a part of starting this, but like a lot of people are like charging their worth more and stuff like that. But for a long time, everyone's like, you're just like washing dogs. Like, it's not that important. And I think, yeah.
I was going to say, Jilly actually said this before, that there's so many things that you have to pay for as a business owner. Yeah. And I also think, Jay, that there's fear involved here. So like, if you don't have that contract in place, if you don't have a contract in place where your ass is getting paid whether they show up or not, if that contract is not in place, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs and like, holy shit, I have bills to pay and ain't nobody here. And so when you talk about like, walking the walk and building up confidence enough to do that, it takes a minute, because there's nothing worse than going without eating because you aren't getting paid.
That's right. And all of this really boils down to a couple of principles, right? And the main one, ultimately, it falls on us to know our worth, to have that self-confidence, to believe in ourselves, and to set boundaries. It's all about boundaries. And it's all about understanding, all right, first, boundaries. You have to be able to, if you don't have boundaries in your personal relationships, and so many, not all, but so many groomers grow up with trauma in their lives. And that's why the dogs and, the cats and animals are safe for us, is because they're not going to hurt us.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So much of us learn, we have, bad self-worth, or we don't know how to establish boundaries, or we're afraid to establish boundaries because we'll push people away if we demand too much for ourselves. And I just, I was doing a lot of trauma therapy, and all of this just kind of wound itself all up together for me to say, all right, no, I have to have boundaries. I refused to shave dogs anymore. I didn't want to shave a dog. It was killing me. It was just so depressing. And I absolutely just refused them. I don't want to do it. That's a boundary of mine, is I will not shave matted dogs. So who else is going to do it? The groomer down the road. Here's my good friend's number, and she's great, and she doesn't mind shaving dogs. But for me, that's not the type of groomer I want to be. It doesn't mean I think I'm special or anything like that. It depressed me.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of like, I did a video recently going over like the 7 levels of a dog groomer and kind of just categorizing, not leveling people like comparing, but categorizing where you fit. And it's just about different people. Like I have a girl at my salon that likes, she's like, I'll take all the 7 shave downs. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
I like the fluffier scissor cuts more. And it's really about finding your own personal boundary of like what you want. And I think sometimes that can get misdrew. Like some people can kind of start internally like judging others for not following that. And we have to remember we're all just different people, like just operating in this industry.
Yeah, because I was definitely preaching, you don't have to shave matted dogs. You don't have to, and people are like, well, that's what we're there for. We're there for the dogs. Yeah, but it depresses me and I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to accept matted dogs anymore because it's frying me and I don't want to do it. So boundary is one thing, and then fear, right? So if you're not a little bit afraid of moving forward or growing your business or doing something, even in your life of moving somewhere, of buying something, getting it, whatever it is of growth, if you're not a little bit afraid, you're not doing it right. Fear is actually not fear. It's excitement. Fear is not unhealthy. That type of fear is motivation and drive and determination to get what you want, to go where you want to go. And I just was trying to get people to really, all right, you can set boundaries. If it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to be afraid that you're going to lose some clients. You're going to lose clients if you establish some boundaries, but those aren't the clients you want anyway.
Yes.
And there's plenty of dogs, man. There's plenty of dogs to go around.
Yeah. Doodles are being born every second. Like there's so many.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's
Jilly, I feel like I've mentioned this quite a few times on this podcast, but I know what you're saying. There is a quick ticket to burnout for me, and that is doing the same thing over and over again. Like I find it so refreshing at the end of the day that I'm grooming my dogs. They're in the designs that I learned, the designs that I love. I know that I'm responsible for how their designs are maintained. And, I actually did a post on that not long ago where I said I'm overqualified for the shit that I'm doing. I'm overqualified.
Yeah.
And there is like a hamster wheel that you get stuck on for the money. And it's really depressing. I would say it's very depressing to constantly show up at a shop that you're responsible for, that you're paying a lot of goddamn money for. I mean, my rent is $3,000 a month. So like, no matter what, I gotta fucking work, right? But to have those doodles and the behavioral problems and this, and then at the end of the day, I get my beautiful poodle up on the table and they know what I want and we communicate, and it's just a lot to absorb. And I really, really do feel that this industry wears a mask on social media. A lot of groomers feel that they've got to put up their best, most beautiful grooms. Yes, we see the hardship grooms, but the majority of grooms that you see on social media are curated, beautiful grooms. And it's almost like a carrot pulling in young groomers like, whoa, that's what I want to do. Do you know every day what you got to do before you can do that? If you can do that?
Yeah, it's a big if.
It took so long. Like, I remember when everything changed for me, and it was literally I got a pair of the Utsumi Speedy thinning shears because like you don't have to go broke to get a good pair of shears, but everybody was talking these up, and I was really influenced, by the Just Ronas and all that shit, right? And all these expensive shears. But I got to tell you, once I got a pair of nice shears, even though I know I overpaid for them, of course, but that changed everything for me. Was understanding that my tools needed to work for me, that I didn't need to work with the tools. Like, let the tool do the work it's designed to do. You don't have to try so hard. You just have to know how to use it right You don't have to spend a fortune to get a good shear, you know? But the tools were important. That also, like you said, just really being able to avoid burnout at the end of the day. It's the most critical thing in this job, and not to get pulled in by social media. You can't. And I have to say, I put up a lot of shitty grooms because parents didn't want beautiful sometimes. And sometimes it couldn't be done because the dog wouldn't sit still enough for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you did what you had to do. I tried to really be transparent and honest. I know I got caught up in some of that influencer shit too with wanting to.
Cool. Yeah, it's designed for that.
We all do. Yeah, but hold on a second, Jilly. When you finally do get a dog on your table that you can showcase what you learned, you do want to present that. I mean, I'm guilty of that, but it might only happen once a week. Like once a week, I might get a dog and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm putting this up today. But almost like, not to sell myself, but like I'm fucking so happy that I had something that I could regale in the artistry of it.
And that's the kind of groomer I wanted to be. Is I wanted clients who wanted their dogs to look beautiful, and they would agree to my boundaries and my guidelines because they knew I would go above and beyond for them and their dogs. I loved their dogs like they were my own, and I wanted them to look beautiful because it was my art, and it was like you said, even the whole vibe and the energy that goes between a groomer and the dog, like that whole energy thing. I always wanted to be positive. I didn't want to fight.
Yes.
I had done all of that. I did it all. I was, when I first started, I could take the most aggressive dogs. I've always had a great way with dogs. I can handle a dog that would bite. Every other groomer would never think of trying that with me. I had that touch.
Yeah, it's alpha energy. A lot of dog groomers have it. It's just,
It's exhausting though. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And even keeping up with the content creation of being an influencer, because I'm, me and Blake and Janine, Grooms by Janine, she's on here too. She left too, she's not grooming anymore. And we're some of and Jane, you too, were some of the first influencers of the industry, because it really started to come out and really started to pop off. And they just, the Barkley people, they just said, okay, him, her, him, her. Right. And they started pushing us. And then we'd go to a show and they'd be like, oh, you want to come on and do this? And the next thing you know, you're teaching a class. The next thing you know, you're an influencer. But that's exhausting too. All of this work is exhausting.
So you were burned out and you just said, hello, Jane Gallagher, we got to talk. I'm leaving. It wasn't quite that simple, but I'm connecting dots, making it applicable to the podcast. But we did have quite a few conversations about it, and I was like kind of in the front row because I didn't know anybody who had the fucking balls to just be like, I'm tired, I'm done, and I'm out.
Happy anymore. It wasn't making me happy. And honestly, like on a more personal note for me though, it was really finally just my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really just my time.
Okay.
I mean, it was time for me to take care of myself is what I mean. Like my kids grew up and left the house, and I was still living 7 minutes away from my ex-husband, and I had grown up with trauma my entire life. I've had one healthy relationship in my life, but that's my best friend. I've never had a healthy romantic relationship. I'm telling you, it was just time for me to say, screw everybody else. I'm moving to the beach. I'm done. What's that?
Oh, sorry, someone asked me.
Oh, somebody wanted the lip oil.
It's Two-Faced.
So, Jilly, like at any point during this transition into you time and pulling yourself out of the industry, because you were immersed
was. I was
in the industry.
I had just published my book like a year before. Not even. I was
Yeah.
still
Wow.
Now, so you were never afraid.
No.
And not only did you take yourself out of the industry,
We might have lost her for a
oh,
second.
there you go.
There we go.
Not only did you take yourself out of the industry, which a lot of people don't know this, but you sold your house, sold your equipment, and like almost overnight, you were like, I know where I'm living. I know the place that I want, and I'm out, and I'm moving 10 states away.
But behind the scenes, it had taken me just about a year to figure out where I wanted to move. But when I knew I was done, I was just done. You know what I mean? And I really didn't make this big announcement. I mean, I had just finally gotten up to like 12,000 followers on Instagram, which is a big freaking deal.
That's hard on Instagram.
Huh?
It's hard to get that, like, followers on Instagram.
I worked really hard for that. I was proud of it, you know. And you know, I'm monetized on YouTube and all that, but I just had enough, and I just didn't want to be inauthentic, because I really prided myself on being authentic and transparent and real. But I never made an announcement. Like I when I was finally getting ready to start moving, you know, I just stepped back. But I got to tell you, anybody, if you're talking about, like, you know, nobody missed me.
Oh, wait. Do you want to talk about fame before we go to Jilly Mooch?
Oh my God, yeah, fame. I want to represent fame. Like, I had the best time. If anyone saw me at Grooming Atlanta this past weekend, or I don't know how, yeah, it was last weekend. It was so fun. And Fame was a great brand to work for. I don't have a discount code for them, but I do think Marcia does. So, like, go to her link tree for right now. But me and Dylan have a child. This is Fame Monster. I brought him home with us. We decided after a long talk that we were gonna take the step, and we were gonna
have a child,
be parents. And so yes, he does have a harness on. But you know what? I don't control his choices, their choices. But no, I really love Fame. I can't talk about them enough. I got to bring home some new stuff that I haven't tried from them, new to me, and some hand stripping knives. So if you're into hand stripping, or if you want to start getting into hand stripping, I'd recommend going to Fame, because for the price, their hand stripping knife sets are so iconic.
So
yes,
I don't want to strip ever, but I have heard good things about the combs, so I'm going to have to, look into the combs for sure.
Oh yeah, I gotta get you some.
Bring your combs with you to Virginia so I can try them out.
Oh, I have to.
And
I
then
can't
I'm gonna
do without them at this point.
I'm gonna call my girl Lauren Mesquite.
Yes.
And see what she can do for me. I mean, if I'm giving everybody a discount, I am expecting to get.
I know. Yeah, their slickers and combs are great, and yeah, Lauren's iconic. I want her on the podcast. We got to interview her just about
she's
everything
gonna come.
in general. Love.
So the only people you really are important to are the people that you know you're important to. You know, like, I've made some great friends in this industry. Like, Jane, I consider you a friend. You know, if I had something going on and I needed you, you'd pick up the phone in a heartbeat, and I know it.
Yes.
You know, I've made some really good friends like that too. But for the most part, like, they're really just not your friends. This is just a means to an end. You know, YouTube is money, Instagram is money, being monetized and all that stuff, and being a brand ambassador. It's all about money at the end of the day. And it's all about dopamine hits, and it's all about self-worth. But you have to make sure at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, grooming dogs or cutting hair or being a teacher or walking dogs or whatever you're doing, you have to be happy at the end of the day. And if you're not happy, then something needs to change, and you just can't be afraid to change it. Because like you said in the beginning, I've had a lot of hats, but anytime I've made a decision, I've just gone all the way with it, whether it was to compete, whether it was to start my own business, whether it was to end it. Every decision in my life, I have just committed and done it. And I'm just going to be the best at it that I can be.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, because it's really about realizing, like, self-regulating your validation, like, so not needing outside sources validation. And so, like, Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. I did some trauma work. I'm telling you, it was a big part of, me being able to walk away just like I did, Jane. There was a lot of thought that went into this before I actually even said it out loud to you. It was just, and I just didn't make it a big deal. Oh, I'm retiring. And then I just posted a picture. I had already moved. I was already out. I had already sold everything. I was just low key selling stuff, and I sold my house without an agent. So I saved a bunch of money without having to pay commission. So I just did everything myself. And, it was just this quiet lead up to me just declaring that it was finally just time for me. And I saw somebody said it's easier said than done. It is easier said than done, but it's not impossible because I'm living proof.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want to do. Anything you want to do, you can do it. If I wanted to hop back in, I could hop back in.
Yes.
But it wouldn't be like Angela Cumpy taking the stage again because I'm not her. But if I wanted to, I could get back in here and get right up on there. I still got my followers, and I can't remember the last time I posted, anything about dog grooming. I still get brand offers. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You can do anything you want to do in this life. That's pretty much,
yeah,
the end of it all.
Yeah, you really can, as long as you are kind of just like understand and self-aware of your worth, not needing it from outside, because that's why a lot of us speak, like, not even dog groomers, but influencers specifically, like, we do that because we're craving some form of attention that we didn't get at some point or whatever.
It's okay. It's all right to have an ego. It's okay to want to be needed. It's okay to want to be wanted. It's okay to, want to be admired. All of that is okay, as long as you're healthy. There's nothing wrong with wanting people to see you. I mean, nobody complains about actors and singers and, they're just showing off. So we're influencers. It's all performance. But I tried to be real about it because I took it seriously. Being an influencer is not being an actor. It's different. That we have a responsibility because these are people's lives that we're playing with here. You're not playing a role when you're doing social media per se. I mean, you can have a persona, but you get what I mean?
It's because people are like actually looking to you for help in the industry and stuff. Like, I remember when I first started getting DMs of people asking me for advice, and I remember having that realization, like, oh wait, I'm not just a clown on TV online. Like, I need to take this a little seriously here, because like people are actually looking to me for advice, and I love that. But that kind of like sneaks up on you, and then you're like, wait, people are looking to me?
Me? Yeah, and all of us have this. What is that called? Holy, I can't think of it now. Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. My best friend.
I mean, I've never had that because I wake up like this every day, but like, I've heard it sucks. No, I'm kidding.
It's horrible. It's here with me right now, right here. And also, Jilly, you're making me say something that I feel like I'm very aware of this, but I keep it kind of at bay. But the statement goes as such: in 100 years, nobody knows your name, not even your great grandkids. They will not know your name, what you did, what you sacrificed. They will not know. You won't matter. Yes, I'm saying that, but you just said it don't have to be 100 years. If we walk away tomorrow, nobody remembers and nobody gives two shits.
Nobody noticed.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that is the sad truth of like how replaceable like this industry, every industry is really, but
okay, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. Like, and that's why like it's so impressive, and that's what I'm really gathering from you, is where you got to a point mentally where that didn't matter. Like, you were like, it's as long as I'm happy, I'm getting my value and my self-worth from myself, and like that's really all it is. Like, even if you don't want to be an influencer, like people just need to, I think, work on that in general. Because like it could be we get our value from the clients liking our work, and then if we have too much value in that, then we get a complaint from a client and we hate ourselves.
Right. It's got to all be about you. It really does, and it's okay to be selfish in that way, because if you're not okay, no one else, even anybody who loves you, is not going to be okay either.
No.
You have to be okay. You have to. And I'm telling you, I've done Go. My next chapter is writing. I'm finally writing
I
the
love
book.
that. Yeah, me too. I'm really getting into my writing era too. I love it. I think like it's another form of creativity for like I think a lot of dog groomers like writing, or because there's just a lot of thought. The hardest part for writing for me is like my ADHD and sitting down and putting all my thoughts on paper. But
Same.
I have so many books in my head.
Yeah, and I'm a born writer. It's just I know it's one of my gifts. You know, English and like even motivational speaking and all that stuff. I could go that route. There's so many routes that I could go and so many things that I want to do. But I've got this book in me that I have to get out, and
Wow.
that's my next thing. And I don't know what'll happen with it, but I can guarantee you that I'll go all the way with it, no matter where that takes me. Because
Oh
that's
yeah.
Yeah.
So is that what you're currently doing? I mean, so you're writing. And you're able to do this because you sold your house, you invested some money, you bought something that was affordable that would afford you peace on the daily. So you were not going to be in a situation where you were underwater.
Yep. I was able to retire.
Yes. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
And so
In South Carolina, and
Yeah.
I mean there's I have a teacher's pension and stuff, but when I in the second half of my grooming career, I'm charging $90 an hour. I was making good money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but grooming, in the beginning when I switched up and went bougie, I call it when I went bougie, because I started charging more and I went
Yeah.
into a
Well, you
more
switched up your marketing strategy to now you were going after a different client. Yeah.
my whole brand shifted. So I made money, and then and I was getting money from my YouTube and from my codes, and I stuff like that, and then my teacher's pension. So I was able to sell my house for double what I paid for it. So that money I looked up and down the East Coast. I knew that I wanted to live on the beach. I literally knew I have the beach as my front yard. I wanted a balcony where I could sit out and watch the beach. I wanted to be able to live in my means. And I looked up and down till I found it. And it took me to Myrtle Beach where I could afford that. And I'm literally living the life I have always wanted to live. I've always wanted to live on the beach, and I have never been happier. And now, I'm only 55. So I'm not done yet. I got this book in me, but if I never wanted to work again, I don't have to. I know that not many people can say that, but on the other end of it all, in my book, I tell you how to be able to do that. You got to save your money. You have to save money.
Yeah. Yeah, and also to like having that goal, because I think a lot of people in general, but at least for me, dog groomers, like I never had a long-term goal of my career. Like I'm just grooming the dog on the table, and then like you need to have like where you knew in your head, I want to live on a beach somewhere, something like people need to have that instead of just kind of going like grooming every day and then looking up and you're like, I'm 10 years in, what do I do? Like.
Right. And it's like being a bartender or a waitress. It's one of those jobs that doesn't come with benefits and doesn't come with a 401k. And you have to plan for your retirement. You have to plan for it. And, it's really hard. And sometimes you have to groom more dogs than you want to. But if you're not charging your worth, you're never going to be able to save for your future. You have to charge your worth.
Yeah. Yeah, and that comes too with like in understanding like your value and worth too, and like knowing like because I don't think a lot of times it's hard for people to realize like my grooms are better now. Like you should be charging more, the more you can do. But like we all are imposter syndrome or whatever. So we're seeing the perfect grooms online. So we're like, well, we're not that. Like so we're always thinking we're less than, and it's it's interesting. So like actually truly like knowing your worth, because it's a lot of I think that's distorted in a lot of our brains.
I totally agree with that.
And but so this book, so the book you're working on, do you have any like summary or hints of what it's about?
Well, it's just basically about my life, because it's freaking wild and crazy. But I am
I
fortunate.
just have to tell you, I have a cramp in my leg and it won't stop.
Oh my
So
God.
I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm
Sorry.
dying. I've got to stand up for a minute.
Okay, you can stand up.
Hydrate.
Yeah, you need to
Oh
hydrate.
my God.
Girl, you gotta hydrate, man. Jane, you crack me up. I've missed you.
I'm
the
going to go
best.
get a drink of water right now.
Gotta hydrate. Go get the Ben Gay or the Asper cream.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
I'm right here, Ben Gay. But I think I am really excited for you to write this book, and I'm envisioning you coming back on the podcast promoting the book, and that's gonna be really fun. And so do you what do you think it's is this gonna kind of be like a autobiography of your whole life, really?
And hopefully I want it to be a motivational book because and this is gonna sound terrible, but I'm very smart. I have
Yeah, no.
I have 2 master's degrees. One of them is I didn't get licensed, but I have a master's in social work, but I never got licensed.
Okay.
And I have a master's in education, and I'm just college like forever. But like I said, I've always had this gift for writing, and my favorite part of when I was a teacher was teaching the kids how to know their worth. Literally, to get those, high school kids to understand that every homework assignment, completing it was you showing yourself you can do it, you should do it, because for you, not anybody else. Like, you shouldn't be trying to get these kids to turn that whole thing that school is happening to them, but they could take control of it and make it something. You can make school your bitch, basically. It's your tool. It's how you twist it. So the whole motivational part of being a teacher was the thing I loved most. And I was an English teacher, so being able to use literature to teach stories about life and what you can take from it, and what do these characters show you about people and their behavior, and things like that. That was my favorite part of it. And I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times in my life someone has said to me, "My God, you should be a motivational speaker." You really?
Yeah, because that's really important. Like, I wish teachers gave me that mindset as a kid too. Because me too, I didn't at the time. You don't think of, you're like, oh, this so like it's, but instead of like owning it and being like, no, make the best out of everything. Like, it is just really about switching your mindset with everything in life. And that's why it's manifesting. It's just we are in control of everything, because it's just what energy we put out there, we're gonna get back.
Yeah, it's all about, I'm a huge believer in manifestation. And manifestation is, no matter how you look at it, if you believe in God, then you can look at it as God's plan for you. So what you ask from God, you have to make room in your life for him to give it to you, right? Like, if you want a good partner, then you can't be with a shitty partner while you're asking God or manifesting a good partner to be loved.
To me, that's what praying is. To me, I see it as manifesting, but it's what people it. Yeah.
Right. Well, Jill, something that you don't know, Jay and I started this podcast, I guess already, Jay, it's back before Thanksgiving. So we've been meeting up on here, and what we've been doing is trying to open the doors for every type of groomer, not just top tier groomers. And the reason why it's
I'm sorry.
The reason why it's so important is, at any time that you feel that you're kind of at the top of your game in this industry, you can be knocked down for whatever reason that you don't even see it coming.
Right.
And all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, well, I'm a piece of shit, but you're not. And that's why we're here on this podcast every single Sunday night, and we have everybody, every topic available, because it's a fickle industry. It's very fickle. And it doesn't not even hey, what have you done for me lately? It's not even that. It's just so changeable. It's so malleable that you may find yourself on top of the game one day and in the garbage can the next, and you don't know what happened. So we like to at least allow people a comfortable place to come in, listen, gather information, ask questions, and understand, babes, you're not alone.
That's at the end. All we all want is validation for
Yes.
Yes.
existence. We all want to be needed. We are not meant to be alone. We are social creatures. We all want validation. We all want to be loved. We all want to be great. You know, we just want to be seen. Every single person, every one of us just wants to be seen. And it's great that you're doing this. You know, it really is.
Sorry, Jane, I accidentally muted you.
I know. Well, that's okay. Was I speaking out of turn? No.
You weren't speaking.
Yes. So, you know, it's really, really important for groomers to understand that you're just not alone. And sometimes you feel like it. Sometimes you feel like you are just like, what in the hell have I gotten myself into? But damn, you
Yeah.
come here and you find out you belong.
Right.
Yeah.
You get that feeling that I used to get when I used to go to a show, right? When I, like, you know, that it just like reinvigorates you, revitalizes you.
Yes.
You know, education classes, you get in there and you go in and you apply it in the salon and you just feel rejuvenated. But to have that here and not have to go to a show for it, that's amazing. You can
Yeah.
provide it for people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it really like does to me too. I didn't get to live stream last week, so I was so so pumped. I'm like, I get to see the Groom fam again and stuff because it just feels like such a community. And oh hey everyone in the comments. And there was I was gonna ask one question. Oh yeah, someone was saying in here, what do you think? I guess it really depends on what type of person you are, but like if it's more beneficial to strive to own your own business or work for someone.
That really depends. Some of us, I mean, like Jane, all right, so I'll be honest with you. I mean, I got lucky, and the place that I originally opened my business, it was in this little tiny, like 4 business strip mall, right? And the one on the end, the roof was falling in and blah, blah, blah. And then I just saw this spot and I'm like, it's okay. You know, location is everything, right? I saw this spot and it was on the corner of a public beach where you could bring dogs and the dogs would go swimming. And there was only one faucet in the park. People were like sticking their dogs under this ice cold faucet. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'll be on the corner of the park. They'll get out of the park. They'll come in and wash their dog for $10 and they'll go home, right? But my rent was $600 a month. That's it.
Yeah.
You know? And so I could afford that,
Yeah.
right? I knew I was going to be okay with the $600 a month. And then I moved to another place, and in that place it was $1,000 a month, but it was very small. It was just me. And I do, you know, in and out service. So I didn't have any cages or crates or anything like that. And that was $1,000 a month, but that included my electricity. And my water. So I didn't have to worry about that. So it's just about whether or not, you know, you can find the right place at the right time. But if anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. There is so much out there, so much information. You just need to educate yourself first. Where do you start? Well, how do you open up an LLC? What are the rules in your state regarding opening up a dog grooming business? It's all there on the state websites. Like, it's everywhere. And if you just Google everything, it's all over YouTube. I mean, it's everywhere. You can look at anything you want to learn. It just really amounts to what do you see for yourself? There's nothing wrong with working for someone else if that someone else is validating you, sees your worth, pays you your worth, respects your time, that it's a place where you can call out when you're sick because you know your boss is actually going to believe that you're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a boss who doesn't believe you, that when you're sick and you feel guilty for calling out, like, you know, that sucks.
Yeah.
You should be afraid of calling out. You know, you should get paid time off. If you get treated with respect, if you are valued, if you get paid your worth, and if you are not worked to the bone, you know, then work for someone else. is it when it's all on you, it's all on you.
Well,
Yeah.
Donnie works me to the bone, so I actually love going to my Moonlight place. So I am a shop owner, but I do work for someone else when I am down in South Jersey. And I will tell you, guest grooming for me is so refreshing. Like, I go in, they know what I will and won't do. We just have a wonderful time, and I actually love them like my family as well. So I work with my family at the shop that I own, and I work for a whole other set of groomers, and I feel like they're my family as well. So I know that I am tremendously lucky to have fallen into that, because every single day I really truly am enjoying myself. Even if it is shaving doodles, there's that camaraderie. There is just a lot of energy, interaction, and I love every single person that I work with. So what the hell is better than that? Like, I can't imagine going somewhere where I would just like, oh my God, not be able to like stand somebody's guts.
Yeah.
No, it is just such a wonderful feeling. It's very liberating and freeing to be with people that you really love. Hello, Blake. I love you too. But anyway, so I mean, I feel like if you find the right place to work at and work for, that's just great.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the only reason that you should change it is if you want something different or more for yourself. If that's not feeding you, if that's not, or if that's, everybody should have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan. Every single one of us on this planet, no matter what you're doing, got to have a 5-year plan. You got to have a 10-year plan, and you got to be able to see, and all of those plans are going to shift and change. You have to accept being flexible. However, if Jane, if you're happy doing what you're doing and you're getting fulfilled, then do it, right? And if you want more, then do that too. It really just depends on what you want. What are your goals? What do you want to be?
This is actually my more. I've never had a plan outside of like today. So I close my eyes and I'm like, okay. And then I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, okay, I'm here again. But so I've never had a 5 or 10-year plan. I just never have. But I did need more. And somehow I met Jay, and this became my more. And and honestly, it's been one of the most stimulating and fun things I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, it's really cool. You never know like what you're gonna like fall into and stuff. But yeah, and it for me though, like I always tell people like it is nice to be on your own or whatever, but like if you can find a good place to work for, like just work for someone and clock out and go home at the end of the day. Like it's a lot of work being a business owner.
It is. It is.
100%.
But if you can't find a good place to work for, it's I'd rather, because I work for some like corporate and whatever, like before in another place I didn't love, and I would rather deal with like the extra work of being a business owner than work in a negative environment. But if you found a positive environment that you don't own, that is like ideal, because you're like free when you clock out.
Absolutely.
I do know them, Blake, and anytime they ask me to come out to Colorado, I'm just so happy. Blake is in a great place as well. And I also want to add to this, Jill.
Charles.
So like people will say to me, hey, can you come to my salon in July? And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe, but I gotta live that long. So like, I'm not one to really, like I can't project life that far. And I know like Blake is on here and he'll have a calendar that's a year long. I can't do it. My planning is very short term. And I tell you, I really don't even extend past a month. And Jay, actually, I told Jay this recently, as far as going to like assignments, I'll allow myself one a month. Anything more than that, I feel like it's going too fast for me, and I start losing touch with me.
Yeah.
I lose touch with what do I enjoy? Yes, I enjoy teaching and going play. Yes, I do. But like there's a fuck ton of shit that goes into that. There's a lot. Let's talk
Yeah.
about what happened to Jay. He wanted to go home after 4 days. I need to sleep in the airport. I can't do that shit too often.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Oh, what happened?
No. What happened?
Oh, just on my way home, I got stuck at the airport and had to do like a 10-hour layover and stuff. So there's like always like stuff like that. Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that that extra stuff that goes into just traveling. So yeah, like I do understand. Yeah, that's enough, but that's a good boundary that you set. So like it's just it really comes down to setting boundaries for yourself, and you're like, I can do this once a month, and
a lot of work. I used to go to people's salons and teach too, and it's a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Paying you, and you got to be on your game. You got to go there and have something of value to teach them.
Yes.
Because they come to you, they look at you, and they trust you to be one of the experts, right? Because we've put ourselves in this position to be seen, right? And to become this base for knowledge that people trust. So then when they want to pay you for that, you got to come with your A game. It's a lot of pressure too.
And I don't think that people understand. So somebody like has been messaging me on Instagram and she's like, hey, I've got 4 people. When can you come to Boston? And I'm like, well, hold on. Like, you have to understand it's a plane flight. It is a day wage. It is, if I need to be put up in a hotel, or I'll sleep over your house if you want. But I'm just saying, it's not like, oh, I magically, appear like Harry Potter in your shop and I just show up for fun. It's a lot.
yeah. Yeah, and it's just like, but it's just things that it's because I think there's also like the misconception of like influencers and online and everyone, and they're like they're like loaded or whatever, and it's like no, we're just still normal people that are trying to live.
Get by. We're all feeding our kids. We're all paying our mortgage.
Yeah. Listen, everybody's on here saying, come. I love to. I really do. But again, whoever says, come to my shop, you are shouldering a huge workload because you're getting people. You have to make sure you're charging appropriately so it doesn't cost your shop or you. Because I can't come there, leave my business, leave my family, stress my old ass out in airports and shit for nothing. So if you do, it's a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of planning. It can be done, and it is done flawlessly by certain shops. But there are definitely stops on the train that you are responsible for if you are hosting an educator. And I don't blame you if you say, Jane, come, by the way, how do you propose to do this? And when I tell you, you're like, whoa, I don't think I can do that. I don't blame you, but it is what has to happen. Yeah. But if you do get me to come to your shop, we're going to have a fucking good time.
It's fun. It is fun. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's emotionally exhausting. You have to, like you were saying, Jay, that, we're empathetic people, a lot of us, right? If you're a dog groomer, you're like a lot of us are just like empaths and really like in tune with energy and stuff. So the social battery thing is also a really big deal. You gotta make sure you can do that too.
Yeah. And so that's why though, but for us, Jay, in the podcast, I'm manifesting that we are going to go on tour with the podcast. We're going to teach and stuff like that's going to happen in the future. I'm seeing the vision. So I'm just putting that out there. Like we are going to be touring the country and we're going to have an international tour at one point.
Oh boy.
And we'll be teaching and we'll have vendors and we'll have the in-person podcast because I think a sit-down in-person podcast with people having special guests, having people be able to raise their hand in the audience and like talk, like that would be really fun. And I think people would want to do that. So
100%. I agree with you. That's a great idea. Happen.
Yeah. So that's my 5-year plan. Like, Besides
Okay,
AI
you
killing
do
us
all the planning, and if I'm alive, I'll join you.
Yes, and you will be alive, okay? Because I've manifested it.
Okay. Well, Jill, is there any, because I know that you have some wisdom to close out the podcast with. Like, I know that you have some words to share. Oh, by the way, Jill, being an English major, as you were and I was, do you know what my latest thing is? I have the Iliad on audiobooks.
I can't audiobook anything. I have to read I have to feel the page.
Oh, really?
I am listening to the Iliad and I'm back in my Greek mythology era. I don't know, Jay. I may show up to the podcast dressed as a Greek goddess.
I want to be Aphrodite. I mean, I already just
Okay.
look like her generally, but yes.
Okay. So go ahead, Jilly. Like, you just have to, tell people, first of all, if you're feeling like you're grinding it out and you need a change, what do?
You need to, if you're starting to get burned out, right, then something needs to shift, or else you're probably not charging enough. Raise your prices. If you're feeling burned out, then you have to evaluate whether or not you're doing it to yourself or if your boss is doing that to you, right? And if you are burning out and you work for someone else, then you need to take some time off. You got to let them know that you're going to prioritize your mental health, because it's really easy in this industry to just wear yourself down. You have to be able to give yourself some grace no matter what. If you own your own business, raise the prices $5. That'll help you feel a little better. Or set a boundary. If there's, you got to figure out what is causing it, but self-care is so important in this industry. No matter if you work for yourself or you work for somebody else, you have to practice self-care. And I got to say, the one thing I have learned this year, one thing that I've learned this year is I started going to the gym, and I've never been a gym girly ever in my life, but I started going to the gym, and that has helped my mental health so much. I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, the endorphins of it, and people are saying here, make sure to hydrate, eat well, and stuff. That's very important for groomers.
Or you end up with a leg cramp.
Yeah, because you are on a live stream. But also, we forget to eat or take lunches or whatever, and so just remembering that you're human. Because I do too. I hate that I'm human. I hate that I have to stop and pee or whatever. But it's we need to remember that it's okay. We're so critical and perfectionists of everything, and it's just be chill.
And not only that, guys, but if the gym isn't your place, because it's not mine. At my age now, I refuse to do anything that would cause me
Dylan, get
any
outta here.
pain.
Yeah.
But I will walk 4 miles in nature. And the things that you see and hear and absorb on a good walk with nothing but yourself, it's fucking amazing what's out there on our planet.
You want to know what else? I just thought of this, and I want to say it before I forget. Most dog groomers have dogs. If you're feeling overwhelmed, pay someone else to groom your dogs.
Wow.
I haven't groomed her in, I think, 6 months. I found somebody to take care of, because I'm just over it. And I have everything I need. I have my clippers. I have my shears. I still have my shampoos. I have everything I need to take care and do this poodle myself and save myself a couple $100 a month. But it is not worth the actual brain frying that happens when I think about getting her wet, drying her, brushing her, shaving her fucking face, shaving her fucking feet. I just don't want to. So I don't. That's my whole motto. Honestly, Jane, what have I been doing since I left grooming is anything I want and nothing that I don't do anything I don't want to do anymore. I am doing anything I don't want to do. That's it.
We have to actually tell groomers, no matter what age, you have that choice. Don't wait till you're 55 and 65. Okay? To say, hey, shit, I don't feel like doing that anymore. I want to do what I want to. You have that choice every day. Every second, you're usually looking at a choice of something.
Yep.
Pick the one that feels right. Pick the one that feels great.
No, pick the one you're most afraid of.
Why?
Because if you're afraid of doing it right, if there's a fear, if you think it's not
Anxiety is good sometimes.
Excitement, it's anticipation. It's if you're afraid of it, like making a change of getting out of the business or whatever, it may just be. It's kind of like when you're in a bad relationship and you know the guy is not all about you, that you are not the one, that he's not going to choose you, but you stay anyway. You ignore the red flags. If you see the red flags for your business or for a relationship or for your job, freaking listen, wake up, listen, and then change it. And it's okay. Like, my God, how many people in relationships out there are not asking the question if they're the one for the person that they're with, like, and because they know the answer. They're avoiding asking the question because they already know the answer, and the answer is no. Or they're avoiding asking, what is this in our relationship? Because they know that the person will just say, yeah, we're just kicking it, and they'll leave. And they're afraid, right? But they know, trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. If you're a little bit afraid, you're doing it right.
Yeah, and that is so true, because it's like you don't, because humans in general have evolved to like where we want everything so easy. We don't want to like, we just want, and like that's really bad for mental health, to like not have any struggle at all if everything's just so easy. Like you're supposed to like be a little uncomfortable, mix things up, because then you become so bored and stagnant, and that's what burnout comes from. So like, but we've been so conditioned to make everything like, to stay away from anything that causes any anxiety, take pills, do whatever we can. But it's like sometimes you got to lean into that fear and anxiety, because it could be your higher self telling you that you're doing the right thing.
Sam, I'm an immediate gratification girl. I really can't tell you that I feel fear much anymore. I don't know if it's an age thing, but I will say that if I'm looking at a choice, it's always going to work for me. Always going to work for me. And that's
mindset.
just something that I've evolved into. Jay, what is her color?
Oh, definitely. So I'm definitely getting like yellow energied aura from you. So I can like, so I can read color. I can kind of just get general vibes from people. And so, yellowy orange, which really makes sense for like teacher energy, for welcome energy. But my mom's a yellow people. They're like, they can be like welcoming and like like nurturing, kind of calming to people, but they also have a bite to them. Like you can't like, you don't fuck with them. Like they'll randomly be like that. Like they, and yeah, they're usually like teachers. I'm getting the orangey in you, which is like kind of, that might be coming from this new stage you are in your life. Orange to me represents youth and young and stuff. So it kind of, you might kind of feel rejuvenated with like where you are. But yeah, I mean, overall, yeah, you're definitely like a yellow, which yellows are really cool. They're fierce, they're opinionated, they're loving, and they're just kind of like, people look up to them naturally. Am I right?
You guys, I have to tell, I want to thank you both for having me on, right? Like I have, when I walked away, I mean, like I walked away, I posted when my shepherd died. I had to put her down for cancer. And then Bug, my little toy poodle, went right after her. I just got him. He wasn't even a year old, last February. And then I moved here last May. And I've barely posted anything since then. And it's been, I have to say, it's been really nice to be like out of it. But also, you know, Jane, when you asked me to do this, it kind of, I just want you to know that it also kind of lit a fire under my ass about what the purpose of my book is and what I really want to do. And that's essentially, I really want to just inspire people to love themselves. And, you know, and I know that it's something that I think like I've been called to do for some reason. Like when I was a teacher, teaching when I was a groomer, and now I've been through so much. I've done so much. I've struggled a lot, and I have a good story to tell, but I just want to thank you because I haven't done anything like this since I left. It's been over a year.
Wow.
And yeah, like hardly posted anything. I'm never on Instagram. Like I'll go in there randomly. My kid will say, I sent you something on Instagram, and I'll go and look. I was on multiple times a day. I hardly am ever on social media, but
I'm honored you came on here. Thank you. Your big comeback to social media.
I just was surprised that anybody would want to hear anything about it, but it just makes me remember that I still have something to say, and
I'm like verklempt.
Why?
Because I can feel like when you said I didn't think anybody would want to hear what I had to say. And you are so amazing. But hold on. I want to peel that back a little bit. Yes, you are the highlight. But if every single person in this chat had a time to sit here in the box, every fucking person has something so amazing. So everybody who's listening, you gotta understand, you all have an ungodly amazing story. And so Jilly, we go back a long time. I've been neck and neck with you for a lot of stuff. And like, you have a lot to share. You're inspirational for me. You're inspirational for everybody. And this conversation was no accident.
No, I agree. I think everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that. But like what I'm saying, like even though that I'm writing something, it's not about grooming, it's still the foundation of everything I've ever wanted to do with my life is to help people so they don't struggle so much. And it's not that I didn't know that I had everything to say, but I didn't think that anybody in maybe the grooming industry anymore would I went away and literally, like I said, nobody cared and it was okay. I wasn't butthurt about it. I'm not butthurt about it. I don't give a shit. Like I wanted to go away. So I went away. And that happens every day. Like people aren't like, are you okay? People did not check on me and that's okay. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying like it still just makes me remember that at the end of the day, everything I've ever wanted to do with my life it doesn't matter in what group it gets done. As long as it gets done, it makes me feel like I'm like living my purpose or something like that, if that makes sense. Even if it's just an hour on a podcast of a dog grooming industry that I'm not a part of anymore. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. No, and
well, you never really know when you touch somebody. Okay. Yeah. And like the conversations that we have had in the past touched me deeply. Like when you were leaving and you were like cutting ties and going into like a whole, I just thought that was like titanium balls. And like, I really had such respect for that. And it's something that I was never going to let go. And I'm so glad that you jumped on here with us. So it has just been one of those every podcast.
Titanium lady balls. Yes.
Every podcast that we do, when it's done, I'm actually, I exhale because I can't believe everything that I have absorbed.
Yeah, it's great. And thank you for giving that to me and asking that from me. And you guys gave as much as I did, just listening and asking and just, like I said, everybody at the end of the day, we all just want to be validated. I feel that, and it's just like, it's rejuvenating, like, all right, I still have shit that matters to other people. And,
you do.
It's not just about me. It's just all of us. So it's just really, It's a great human experience. So
Yeah, and like to me too, like, and it's nervous. See, like where you say like do things that like, because we can end here. We're almost at 2 hours, but we'll let you go back. But leaning towards things that like make you nervous. Like for me, going out and being serious and like teaching courses made me nervous. I had fear. I was like, oh, this because like I'm like I can go up and be a clown and perform, and I have a good 15-30 minute like stand up set I could do. Like I'm fine with that. But when like people need to like take me seriously like that, but I liked being in that. And yeah, did I get a few comments and like people obviously like because like I'm doing like pet grooming, so like it's literally I want to teach the everyday pet groomer like how to like do hacks and stuff in there, you know what I mean, not like show grooms. And it's really nerve-wracking putting that out there because it's vulnerable to be like, hey, come learn from me, like I know what I'm doing, even though if I do believe that in myself. But I noticed that I felt anxiety. I think I even texted Jane. I was like, I'm gonna post this about my like class. I'm nervous, and Jane's like, what? Like, but I think that's a good sign, and I that's what I'm taking from this live, that and meeting you, and that yeah, I should lean into it.
Yeah, because the people that will learn from you were meant to.
that's right.
Okay, like if they're not meant to hear what you have to say, they're not for you.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
well, anyway, Jilly, thank you for coming on. Jay, can we stay on for a few minutes? There's a couple of people that I want to address here.
Yeah.
But Jilly, I love you so much. And I'm just so happy that you spent 2 hours with us. I know it's a long time to be on here, but I just appreciate that you came on here, and I do miss you.
I love you very much.
I love you.
Oh yeah, it was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was really great to meet you too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's hi, Alyssa, or I don't know. Somebody, I just see somebody saying I love you. I love you guys.
Yeah,
It's
Alyssa was in here.
Alyssa.
Yeah.
Right. Love you. How do I get off? Do I just hit the X?
Yeah, I think so. I can let you out. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
There we go.
No, there's a couple of people on here that were like from New Jersey. Oh my God, my son is here, Gene Soto. Gene, you know how much I love you. There's a couple of people in here from New Jersey. One was Tommy, and I forget who else. Dana, Tommy,
You guys, why am I so
Dana,
hot?
Katie. Listen, guys, let me tell you where I am. I am in central New Jersey. If you drop a pin, you couldn't be any more central than where I am. If ever you want to like get together, come, groom an Asian dog or whatever, or freestyle dog, call me.
Yes.
I can do that any Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night after work. Come with pizza.
Oh, the pizza
and-
next door is great.
Right? And we'll just tear it up.
And you can
So,
do live
like-
stream, and I'll hop in. I'll be there. I'll be like, hey.
Wait a minute, Sam, I am in Hamilton. What in the good fuck are you talking about, Sam? Why have you not walked into my shop?
Yes, we need the IRL meetup.
Like, everybody's in my backyard and I didn't know. Dale Lane, I know you love the pizza, but I do want to say that like, that is something that is really important to me because, Jay, very often before I teach a class, I'll say to Donnie, I don't know, nobody's really going to listen to what I have to say. But then when I'm in the class, I realize that I have volumes to share. Volumes. And I think I don't appreciate the walk that I've walked enough. And the people who have spent time teaching me enough. And I've got a ton of shit in this little brain that I would love to share.
Yeah. And it's great. I mean, I've learned so much from just from editing tutorials from you and stuff and everything. Like, it's so cool. Like, I love being able to pick up little things from everyone, like the Asian-y fusion things I've learned from you, and tweak it and make it into your own signature look. It's it's really cool.
Yes, thank you for that, Bear, and I love all those little presents.
I know.
And so what about you, Jay? Like, how do you feel about this? Like, I know that we talk almost every day, and I do want to say that I really meant it. Like, you filled a void in my life that I really didn't even know was that deep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, me too, honestly, because I mean, I started doing any type of content 2019, and I always like, oh, it'd be so cool to have a podcast or whatever. But what I realized is that my goal wasn't having a podcast. My goal was having a community. And
Wow.
that's what I have, like, what I'm building now. And like, it's the way, like, I get so excited for every Sunday night, like, where I get to go, like, hang out with, like, my people and stuff. Like, it's so cool. And I know there's a bunch of silent viewers. I had people, like, come up to me, like, with another reason why I love go, like, at expos. No one ever feel nervous coming up to me. Like, that's literally what I crave. I want to meet everyone. But people said, like, I love the podcast. I'm a silent viewer of the podcast and stuff. And it's like, it's really fun. I really like it. And like she said, it was about validation. Like Jilly said, like, when I first started posting comedy videos, is because, like, I was like, a customer would be mean to me, and I'm like, I feel crazy and alone. So I would post a video, and then so many people would like it and be like, that happened to me, and it made me feel so. And then everyone's like, this is so validating. I'm like, but it's also validating to me, because then now I'm like, oh, these, like, I'm not as crazy as I thought. Like, it happens to everyone. And so yeah, like, I didn't realize either that, like, we would fall into this podcast. And then I met you, and I was, I think we did like one podcast together just randomly. And I was like, can we just do this every week?
Like, yeah, really, if you asked me to remember when we decided to do this, I don't remember. And
Yeah.
somebody else had commented, no more Sunday night blues. You have no idea how that struck my core, because Sunday nights historically were cursed for me. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go to school tomorrow. And oh my God, I can't sleep. Like, Sunday nights were my insomnia nights. But all of a sudden we have this, and it's just, it really is such great energy for not only you and I, but I think everybody that listens, because we are here for the community, and we are here with no hidden agenda. We just really love groomers.
Yeah, that really is. And that's why too. Yeah. Like, and like, go, like, I want to get so badly to be able to go on like a tour or whatever, and be able to like meet people in person and stuff, and not like, really not even to make money. Like, even if we could just like, just get it funded so we could just go, like, that would be great. Like, and yeah, someone said they want a product. Yeah. I mean, we might have some ideas circulating about products, but definitely.
Oh my God. Look she says, I don't feel lonely anymore.
Aww.
And that's another thing. Do you remember when like Home Shopping and QVC came on, and like the hosts would be talking about their products, but like there were certain ones that I was like, oh my God, they're on. You feel like you know them, but here's the trick. You do know us. This is exactly what we are. So like when you do see us in person, I'm serious. This is us.
Yeah. Me saying inappropriate things, that's just our Jane laughing. That's what's going to happen. we're doing, but we are going to teach you things. We also have important knowledge. We might be trash bags in the industry. Is that what we first said our tagline was? The trash bags of dog grooming?
Yeah, the trash bags.
But there's a lot of knowledge in trash bags. Sometimes like other people's trash is one person's treasure.
Yeah, there you go. Is
that our tagline of
but yes, and Sam, I can't wait till I do meet you, especially that you're in Hamilton, so am I. There's Pretty Little Mutts showing us trash cans. But yeah, guy, and Toes and Bows, Alyssa, you are on the docket, because we want you on here, both you and Justin. And we want to talk about a couple of things, but also Pooch.
Oh, yeah.
We want to talk about Pooch.
Yeah, we love that. Yeah. I love
anyway.
Yeah.
Jay, I love you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me. This is technically we're on our podcast's channel now. So thanks to the podcast for having us, for hosting us.
Yes.
And talk about aggressive dogs. Yeah, we can definitely we can bring back a episode like where we like talk about a specific segment.
Yes, Casey, you send us whatever.
Yeah.
You have ideas, you have questions.
Yeah.
Send it.
And I'm going to start doing fun little segments where I want to do like trivia. Like that'll be fun. We can start testing Jane for trivia and things. And just I want to add little like fun segments in there. So that'll be really fun once So
and we have to make sure you bring your cards because we have not had a reading for anyone lately.
No. Yeah, no,
and
we
I
haven't.
feel like we really need.
I have new Eras Tour cards. So this is like Taylor Swift inspired cards. So I'm excited.
Should we do a quick reading for me?
That'll bring me
I'm
happiness.
feeling very positive tonight.
Yeah.
And how pink am I? I just need to know.
You're actually very bright. I don't see any dimness. I think you're.
I am a shiny pink star.
You are shining.
If anybody's still here, Jay's going to do a 3-card pool for me. So let's see what is coming through.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't really used these cards yet, so this will be exciting.
Ooh. Oh, he's already in the zone. Do you see how his face got real serious? Look at him.
I know.
Because he already feels the message coming, so.
Whoa, okay, so I'm pulling a lot of cups. So cups to me, that's like the water like group or the house of cups, right? I can't think what I'm thinking. So that means like usually our relationships, what fills our cups, what empties them. Oh my god. So I see here. So this is really interesting. This is so funny that this has like it's literally Taylor Swift songs. Okay. So it's nice to have a friend. I'm pulling this card. And so it is you are feeling like fulfilled with your friendships, with your relationships online, which would make sense with us and this podcast and everything. But currently there is then I pulled another cups, but this is the song Happiness. And so happiness. So to me, it's like you are finding happiness, but you had to overcome a lot. So there's like, it's not, so you like, there was like the lyrics in the song, there was happiness because of you, but there was like sadness also because of you. So it's almost so like you're kind of accepting where relationships, where things happened in your life, where like maybe it didn't work out perfectly, but you're settling on happiness and you're kind of accepting things. You're kind of looking back now and being like, well, that didn't work out for a reason because it had to lead me here. And then I pulled the song Bejeweled, and Bejeweled is very much like I am done being taken advantage of. I am done people not like respecting me or whatever. I'm doing my own thing. I best believe I'm still bejeweled. I'm going to walk in here. I am going to be fierce Tina Aguilera and I'm going to rule the show. So to me, it's saying, despite rough patches you've gone through with your relationships, whether it be friendships, romantic, anything, that you are finding the true friends that and community that actually matters, and they're helping you shine and be bejeweled again.
Well, and wait till you see me next week. I am going to be wearing a houndstooth coat. I'm going to be in my finest hour in Virginia. Naomi, do you want to pop on real quick and do a 3-card pool? If Jay is up to it. I don't know. This exhausts him. We got to see what Jay says. Naomi across the pond. She's over there in freaking Scotland or some shit. So, like, we can pull her in.
Hello.
Yes, we can.
Hello,
Hi.
Naomi. Get your camera.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice
So
to meet
nice
you.
of you to join us. Jay's going to give
Thank
you a 3-card pull.
Awesome.
Okay.
How are you, love?
I'm good. It's almost 1 a.m. here, so you
Is
help
that
me.
your real hair color?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to
No,
say that is
I wish.
beautiful.
I've dyed my dog. Hold on.
Oh my God! I love me a schnauzer. Is it a schnauzer or a schnoodle?
She's not a schnauzer.
What is she?
Want to guess?
A schnoodle?
No schnauzer.
Oh.
Don't say a doodle.
Dotson?
Yes, half a dachshund.
Half Dotson, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I knew I could see like
I'm
wire hair
still
Dotson.
saying
kinda.
dachshund schnauzer.
She's crossed with a Yorkie. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
She's like dachshund body.
Oh my God, look at her little feet. Oh my God.
As well.
She is so cute.
She's a dorky. She's adorable.
Lord.
She's a bit
well, she's adorable.
tired.
Well, thank you so much for
That's okay.
always joining and coming on our podcast and sending us gifts and everything. I appreciate it so much.
That's okay.
Go, Jack.
Honestly, you guys keep me sane. I've got insomnia, so when I can't sleep, I doom scroll. So listening to dog grooming and stuff like that and commenting and stuff helps me.
Oh my God. Okay, good. Because it helps
it's
us too.
It's 10 to 1 in the morning here.
Oh.
See. Are you in a relationship? Did you recently go through a
Yes.
breakup? Or have you been through a bad breakup recently?
About, when was it? August last year.
Okay. So I pulled the "You Are in Love" card from Taylor Swift. This is so weird doing a Swiftie pull, but it's a cups card, but it's in reverse. So to me, it's giving. So the song "You Are in Love" is kind of like effortless love, and to me, like this in reverse is that there might be something holding you back with the love, or there's like some type of tension with in a romantic partner, but it could also be not romantic. It could be but I'm just getting tension, but then I'm also getting then the song "Me" by Taylor Swift, famously everybody hates this song. But "Me" upside down, they're reversed. And so it is it's very much like you're not like trusting yourself or kind of like letting guards down. Do you hold up guards or anything? Or are you kind of like, I'm crazy, like you're not going to be able to handle me, like I'm like I'm crazy, like it's kind of like pushing, not letting people get in too much, and you're like, whoa, like, so I'm getting here where it's like there might be some like tension and stuff but like it's not, to me, I'm not getting like it's anyone's fault really. It's like more like there's like guards and stuff that you're trying to like push through. Then I got sparks fly reverse, so it's like you're kind of feeling that like the sparks and the energy and stuff in this relationship might be like dwindling a little bit, or you kind of feel, or it might not living up to the hopes that you wanted. But I think that centers back to you not really fully on a deep level accepting someone caring about you. I'm trying to think. Hold on, let me pull some more cards.
Probably not romantic, because
okay, so
the guy I'm with now is really awesome.
Okay, so then it could be, because I'm just it's just relationship. So let me pull forward a little bit more.
Yeah, he's like agreed to have numerous amounts of dogs. I'm happy.
Okay, so then okay, so then that might be. So then I'm pulling here. Oh, okay, so then. So I pulled like now like a wands card for the song, the Holy Ground song here. So this is giving like wands is kind of your passion, can be like your job or whatever and stuff, and it feels like do you feel like it feels like you have a lot of like you have a lot of ideas. You want to do a lot of things with your passions. You have like a lot of things like rattling on in your idea. This is what this card's giving me.
Yes.
And like
ADHD brain.
all of these microphones are kind of just like your different ideas, like going all over the place. But you're
Oh, you named your poodle Naomi. I have a poodle. He's called Merlin.
Oh, okay. And then Knight of Swords and then Wands. And this is me trying. Okay. So to me, it sounds like I'm getting here that there's something that like holding you back from it. Might be more of your relationship, maybe like with a job, someone you're working with, or it could be just like you with your relationship with your job or your career. And it feels like you're kind of like, you feel kind of stuck. Maybe that's where I'm getting it, where you like, there's a lot of ideas that you want to do. But to me, then I also pulled like the This Is Me Trying card. And so this to me, I'm pulling another like Wands thing, another Wands card. So that to me, it's like, you kind of know like there's like you can fall into like bad habits, but like know that, and you're like, oh, I gotta like stop procrastinating or like do this or whatever. So it's kind of like you have an idea and like a path of what you want to do, but you're kind of like falling back into not doing that. And I think that's again like I think it's just you're building up walls and getting in your own head. And I think you should really kind of, if you have any like unspoken like goals or kind of goals that you put on the back burner, maybe try and think of ways to do that. Like trying to remember what gives you inspiration and like what fills you, and not just kind of going through the day to day. Can you relate to
Does she have a color, Jay?
Can you relate to any of that?
Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of said it out loud tonight, weirdly enough. I really want to be on, so me and another groomer over here were talking about doing Groom Team Wales.
Okay.
Where I'm from. So I'd love to get to champ level and get a Groom Team Wales going.
Okay, cool. So
nice.
Okay. So you want to do that, but then, but there's a lot of self-doubt and stuff. And you're like, I don't know if we can do this. This is a lot or whatever and stuff like that. So, so I just pulled the King of Cups there, which to me is that is you're going to work towards, I think I'm a little further in the timeline now. So you're going to work towards, so, okay. So none of this is actually romantic now. Well, I pulled the Lover card, but I don't think that even means romantic. What I'm seeing here is that I think you need to, I think you already started to do it, reevaluate what brings you like value in your life and what you want to do. And if you have those goals, whatever like reasons, negativity in your head or whatever, like I don't think you can do this, I think you should push forward. I think that you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna feel comfortable enough to do it. And this Lover card is, to me, it's like kind of like, it can mean being in love, but it also can mean a decision. And I think you are going to make a decision that's going to seem like scary, but I think it's going to work out. And I ended it with Enchanted. And so this card, Enchanted in the Cups, is like you are holding up your cup that you chose what to fill up with. This could be your groom team, and you're holding it up and you're like, I did it. So I think, and it might not turn out exactly how you want it to, like how you envisioned it. So just kind of go with the flow and don't give up. That's really that's what I'm getting here. And as
I don't plan to.
yes. And as and then like as for a color here, I'm getting blue energy from you. So blue energies, I like blues. Blues can be reliable, stable, kind of like people's like comfort, like teddy bear energy, kind of like people love having you around, of like they're like you are like the salon staple type of energy. But they can also like dip into depression sometimes, and like that blue can go into dark blue very quickly.
Hold on. I have my antidepressants right here.
So, and normally blues, because they appear to be so stable from the outside perspective, they take a lot in, internalize it, and then they're like, everyone else is fine, I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom. That's what I usually get. So overall here, and I'm sorry, this is a new deck to me, so I'm really getting used to it, but I think You're your own worst enemies in a lot of cases, and you need to just just dive through it. You have an idea, do it. You and your friend want to start doing that groom team thing, do it. There's so many resources. You have all of us for resources. Like there's gonna be so many people that can help you.
I think like Jane was saying earlier about imposter syndrome, I think that's like a big thing with me. Like earlier today, I was talking to a dog groomer and she asked me to do a seminar, and I was like, I don't think I'm at that level yet where I can. Yeah, I think like I'd get judged for if I was gonna do a seminar. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Okay.
Are you close to Georgia?
I'm literally 5 minutes away from Georgia. I'm in the same town as Georgia.
Georgia Fuller?
Yeah.
Like she will, if you're talking about groom team, Wales and all that,
she's involved with the guy I was talking to, Matthew, about doing a groom team Wales, and we were talking about that this evening. Matthew Spry.
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, you are in such good hands. So like,
he wants to do it, but he wants a lot more because there's not many of us in Wales who are competing.
Yeah.
So we need a lot more groomers, especially in hand stripping. Hand stripping's not something that a lot of people are doing over here. There's only, I think, actively competing. There's probably six, seven Welsh dog groomers who are actually competing. So there's not many at all. So we're trying to push out people to compete. So yeah, it's just really hard.
I think you were on the other day when Colin popped on.
Yes, yeah.
And so in September, I'm going to drive that home with Colin. I think that would be really fun to have you guys come in with dogs, and we're just going to have a really good time because, you know, when I did that seminar, everybody was very uptight and very worried about what I was doing. But we will have a good time.
I love stuff like that. I will bring I've got a poodle in a potty trim.
We're going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bridget,
thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Sam, I am not there tomorrow. I'm only at my shop Wednesday through Saturday, so I'm not there to answer your question. Hello, Bridget. Hello, Meredith. Hello, everyone.
Yes, and my final thing, so I got here, so in the beginning I was completely wrong. You are at conflict with your higher self and with you. Okay. And so I think you don't feel at ease with yourself right now, and that's
my own worst enemy.
Because when I was like, this is giving a relationship energy, but now knowing that like you're stable in that aspect, so it's more about it's gonna build because you have the confidence in there. It's just unleashing it and trusting that you are a diva. Yes, and it takes time, but that's basically the cards are telling me that, girl, you're a diva. You just need to let yourself shine.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, good night, Jay.
Good night. I'll see you soon.
So much fun. Thank you, Naomi. Bye. And Jay, I love you.
I love you too. This was so much fun.
And good night all.